Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I want to remind you, if you'd rather watch us, go to our YouTube channel, Stephen Knight Show, or you can listen to us at Anchor, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. I want to tell you again, our 10-year anniversary special is up on our YouTube channel. It was a great special. We talked about everything that's happened in the last 10 years, and you can definitely check that out. Black History Month, I have to talk about our person of the day. His name is Nicomedes Santa Cruz. He was without a doubt the most important Black intellectual of the 20th century Peru, and one of the most important in Latin America. Yet his life, work, and legacy remains relatively unknown, except within the academic circles and among the Afro-Peruvian organizations. He was a Peruvian singer, songwriter, musicologist. He was primarily a Decimus, a singer of Decimus. He was a blacksmith until 1956, when he left his workshop and traveled throughout Peru and Latin America, composing and reciting his poems. So shout out to this man of Black history. All right, so I have to bring in my people. Lania Love, how are you feeling? You good?
She might be frozen, but I'm here.
Did we get you to freeze up on us? Okay. Chica Evans, how you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful. I'm here. It's a blessing to be here.
Most definitely. Nair.
He get it like he belong on somebody's magazine cover, man.
Right.
He not out here playing fair.
There she is. She's back. Lania, there she go. How you feeling?
Hi, I'm feeling good.
Good. You look good. Uh-oh. Listen, I keep telling y'all we have new merch, and I ordered one myself, and this is off of our website. Nair made this logo for us.
The Tune In shirt.
And that's my sweats, and everyone has where to get it. The StephenKnightShow.com. Go check it out. We got masks, we got sweats, shirts, we have hoodies, we have it all. So check it out. All right, so our question of the day. And Nair, I was very interested in your opinion on this because you're the married one in the group. What is the key to a good relationship?
Ooh, the key? That's a big question, but I do know, I think everyone's going to echo this. I do know communication is one of the most important keys. And I'm not just talking communication and saying something, saying hello, right? But I'm talking from your heart. Mm-hmm. There are going to be some things that I think people just don't want to share about themselves. Right. But believe it or not, it's kind of something that's going to be known one way or the other. So the most important thing to remember, I think, that I still keep conscious of, speaking from my heart. If I don't want to touch directly on the subject, I still need to figure out how to speak on my heart. Let my heart talk for me around whatever that thing is. Just be as real as you can, man.
Yeah.
Because it's going to have, these things typically are probably going to come into play somehow, you know?
Can I ask a question? So Lania and Nair, I want both of y'all's opinion on this real quick. So, you know, when the woman says, does this shirt make me look fat or this pants make me look fat? Women, do you want to hear the right answer?
I mean, I think there's always a way that you can broach it, you know, when it comes to answering that question for your significant other. Now, of course, you know, you may think, you know, you're beautiful and I love you. But I know for me and how my boyfriend is, and he knows how I am, and I pick with myself all the time. He was like, I love you, whatever you put on. And it's what makes you feel comfortable. You know, like he comes at it from a different angle, so it doesn't seem like he's like he's attacking me. Because first of all, if I asked him, why would I turn around and attack him if I asked him and I want him to be honest with me? I don't want you to sugarcoat for me. Right. I want to be out in these streets looking like Humpty Dumpty. That's all.
Right. Now, do you tell if your wife asks you, does these pants make you look fat? Do you tell her the truth or what do you say?
Yeah, I think that's a two-part answer. So for me, it's one, you got to tune into your person. So you have to know how to answer that person. Yeah. Some people prefer a very straightforward, I need to know what you really think type of answer. And then some people act like they want that, but they need to hear it a different way. I think Linnea hit on the head. You know, it might be something like, I mean, there are so many books you can read on how to respond to these things. You can Google anything these days, but it just comes to very simply learning how to speak from your heart in different ways. It might be something as simple as, you know, at the end of the day, I just want you to be happy in whatever you put on, but, you know, I kind of like that other shirt I see you with, you know, whatever. Just got to know how to speak to your people, you know?
Yep.
Chicken, what are your thoughts on this?
I really especially like that Nair used the word need, because that connotates caring and affection. You're catering to someone's needs. I like that. I've always been an honest kind of person. Straight up, I can take it. Hopefully who I'm with can take it too, because I wouldn't have picked you if you couldn't. You're dealing with me. I mean, come on. No, but for me, going back to the original, what I think is the key to a good relationship, I think laughter is. I think if you have like sense of humor together, that could be the thing that helps keep it together when things are going south.
Most definitely, I agree. You have to have that humor, that banter, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, tweet someone, let us know, what do you think is the key to a good relationship? All right, so Super Bowl yesterday, as we know that the Buccaneers won. Tom Brady became the oldest person to win a Super Bowl. I know I won't go from either, but I respect that 43 years old. He's won his seventh. He's won more championships than any team has won. And so, but a lot of people were talking about the halftime show. I have to shout out. Her did her thing. What's my girl? Jasmine Sullivan. And in the country singer, someone said, "Why is the background singer singing so loud?" His name is Eric Church. They did their thing. What did y'all think about the Weeknd's performance? Linnea, what did you think about his performance? There was mixed reviews.
I'm going to defer to my co-host and not touch on it. I'm gonna just sip my beverage.
Okay. Chica.
So I didn't understand some of it. I mean, I guess it was high energy, but that's not really what I tuned into the Weeknd for. What I saw wasn't what I really liked from the Weeknd, and I didn't understand it. But I mean, art is art, right? Right.
This sounds shady. Okay, Nair, did you watch what we?
That's Chike straight up, you know.
Right. He told you, no chaser.
No chaser. You know, Linnea's kind of giving me her vibes right now too. As a matter of fact,
yeah, right. It's dope.
I know her is coming out of the glasses these days, but you know, she's giving me those vibes. I'm safe. I didn't see it, so I can't have an opinion. I gotta be honest. I do like Dream, but I've been hearing, you know, people kind of chatter. But I'm safe. I didn't see it. I didn't catch it.
You know, I actually thought he did a good job despite everything. I mean, you know, COVID and
the Weeknd.
I think CBS did a good production overall. You know what I mean? They brought out a lot of women performers, a lot of women. You know, we had a lot of women that were on the sidelines, you know, as coaches and referees. But I thought he did a good job. I mean, what were we expecting? I do think he should have brought out some more people, you know what I mean, to add to it. But I thought overall, he did a good job.
Apparently he puts a lot of his own money into it, didn't he?
Yeah, I think like $7 million or something like that.
Really?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he can act however he wants to then, you know?
It is not feeling it. But a lot of people were confused about the, you know, because he been doing the whole bandage thing.
Right.
People thought he had all the surgery and all that stuff, which he didn't. It was all a gimmick for his album. But they thought that they didn't understand the background people with the bandages. But I think people just want to criticize you anyway. Okay, let's move on. Okay. So, all right. So Nick Cannon, we talked about him. You remember he was let go from Wild 'N Out, his series that he had after he had anti-Semitic comments. Well, after 7 months of that, it looked like he's been picked back up. He's been hired back up. They said that not only did he apologize, but he actually took the time to meet with Jewish leaders and people in that, in that realm, to talk, to see where his comments were wrong, where he went wrong, and he learned about it. So he got that show back. Also, I don't know if you know, he had a talk show that was coming out that had been canceled as well, but now that's back on the table, and he's going to start that. And he said it's a lifelong dream. But his show, The Masked Singer, which he's he's unable to host that right away because he tested positive for COVID-19 recently. And so Niecy Nash is going to fill in for him until he recovers and goes through the whole quarantine thing. A lot of people feel like that he kind of sold his soul for apologizing. Do you think he did the right thing? Do you think it's business? What are your thoughts, Lanier?
I can't remember what he said, so I can't really speak to that, but I will say this. When other people talk bad about us, they become president, they get to be in Congress, they get to be in Senate, and they get television shows, they get all kinds of things when they talk about us like dogs. So I would have preferred for him to not apologize. It's one thing to gain knowledge about something, but maybe he did sell his soul. I don't know. I know that he was fighting for Wild 'N Out because that is his baby.
Right.
So and I get wanting to make sure that you keep that, because they went after other comedians to be hosts and they were like, nah, like Nick brought us in. So I mean, that loyalty was there to him relating to that, because he helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
Used to do that. But I just feel like it's so unfair when, like, Colin Kaepernick still don't have no job, but you got, and I'm gonna go back to this, Antonio Brown, who was with the Buccaneers with Tom Brady, straight domestic violence record. Now he got a Super Bowl. Now everybody all up, like, he just got back in the NFL. He's been cutting a fool the whole time. Yeah. Like, it's okay when we acting like that, when you can control us, because obviously somebody's controlling him. But I just don't like the fact that when it's us, we get shut down completely. This whole cancel culture is ridiculous.
You're interesting. I saw something that said that people can ignore Tom Brady's politics and still root for him, but
call him the GOAT. And call him the GOAT. Mm-hmm. I don't call him the GOAT. He looked like a GOAT.
GK, what are your thoughts?
I'll just say this. If it were me and you said something and you meant what you said, you don't really take it back. You don't do that. And I'm not judging the man. Nick got long money. He has big bills. He may need those checks coming in from those situations.
Right.
And I do know that, well, I don't know, but you have to allow room for behind the door conversation and negotiations. You don't know what was going on. You don't know what was said behind closed doors to get this to happen. So I don't judge the man. It's just, if it was Chike, I'm standing on my word.
Yeah. Now, do you think that you can make comments at the time and then you learn from it, realize how it could offend people, and you did, like they said, he did education on it. So what do you think about it?
To answer that question, yeah, I believe that can happen. I believe someone can say something without having a wider vantage point on it, and then seeing, that's what they call remorse. And then you can go back and say, that probably wasn't the most intelligent thing to say at that time, But your original question, I think, was he right to apologize? Is that what your original question was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yes to the first thing, and I'm also gonna say, because I kind of agree with what Chike is saying, I don't know enough, and I'm nowhere near that industry. I don't know Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
He's obviously, accomplished way more than I could have accomplished in the world of media and high business. A lot of people are counting on him for different reasons, including all of his Wild 'N Out staff. He got a lot to weigh, so including his children and whoever else. This might be a play for him to get some type of angle back in his company so that he can position himself a lot more strongly in the future, so that he can say, I'm going to talk my talk. no matter what. And I'm going to remain unapologetic, but this time I don't have to apologize because I got more control of my situation. I don't know. I remember hearing Jay-Z say something like that. So that's what makes me think of that. Jay-Z said that he had to wait till he felt comfortable at a certain point before he could get out and let his hair grow locky.
Right.
That nature. So.
And I also think that
picking your battles.
There are other again, we're at the table of the conversation, so other things to be discussed that, you know, behind the scenes. And, you know, he's a businessman. You know, I don't think they give him enough credit. He's one of the most busiest people in Hollywood. And sometimes you have to
bite the bullet.
Yeah. But yeah. So we'll see what happens. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, I can't wait to hear Lannia's take on Andrew Gillum. He was the gubernatorial governor in Florida, and he and his wife were talking about his bisexuality and their marriage. Right back after this.